Okay, here's my new video on how to program the Zoom Multistomp for Vader voice changing. This is going to do the Vader LTD that I use, that I currently am using. It's about the best one I've found. It works with transducers, works with speakers. Right now I have it running through a Philips. It's not very loud. It's louder if you have two of them. But we're going to use these settings. I'll teach you really quick how to program your Zoom, and let's get to it. At the end, you'll have a good Vader sound. All right, here we go. We're going to find an empty slot. Currently, I'm using my Vader
LTD settings, and this is what it sounds like. You don't know the power of the dark side. Anyway.
Find an empty slot, and now we're going to rename it. So we're going to go to Store, and we're going to, this knob rotates the numbers and letters. We're going to rename this to just, let's go Vader. Vader. And this knob goes right or left. So let's call it just, honestly, this is so good. I like this one so much you can just have one on here that says Vader, and this will probably be good enough. Let's just call this one Vader. You can call it whatever you like, but here we go, Vader. We're going to enter to store it, and now it says Vader on 48. So in order to go into that patch, we have to click on the hamburger menu, which is this knob here. So now we're in there. Now it wants us to select a effect. The effects go in from in to out, and we're going to use compressor first. So in order to add options to it, we go to here and we hold down this button here. And now we're going to dyno filter and stuff like that. We're just, to get in there, we press this. And there's our compressor right there. It happens to be the first one. You can hear my voice has already changed a little bit. Now we want 4.7 or 4.878 fast. So we use the right knob to go in, and we bring this to 4.8. Now he has it set at 78. You can leave it here at 100, but it's too much compression. You can make up the volume loss later in other settings. So then we want this at fast. So there you go, fast. Exit. Now always save. So go back out of the hamburger menu, hit store, hit enter, and we're back here. And we go back in with that. Now we want to add the next effect, which is flanger, to the left of our compressor. So we are going to press right here and hold it until there. So we want flanger. We're just gonna, it's probably a filter or a mod SFX. Probably SFX. We can arrow up and down with the black keys. Let's go there, and we press silver when we want that. Here's tremolo, dual trim. We'll just go and look for flanger. Of course, stay tuned. There it was. Flanger, we'll go with regular flanger. There's a lot of flanger. We're going to make it less flanger. We're going to go 570 21 21 100. So we go into the effect right here. We're going to go 5, change hands, 5, so it should be a little bit of depth, 7, and we want resonance of 0. You can play around with these. There's a lot of different things, but he has it set at 0, and then we go 21, 21, and 100. Okay, so we have just a little bit of flanger after the compressor. We're going to save our work. We go out. We're going to go out. We're going to go to store. And we're going to enter. And now we've saved 2 of those. Now we're going to go back in. And now we're going to add our next effect, which is graphic EQ, to the left. So we're going to hold right here. Now if you wanted to hear what it sounds like without the flanger, you can just press this in when you're on this. When that red light goes out, you're not using the flanger anymore. So there it is without the flanger. There it is with the flanger. Not much difference. So we're going to hold this in and add graphic EQ. So I'm going to add there. Here's compressor. If we can find graphic EQ. There it was. I'll go back to it. Graphic EQ. Okay. We're going to go into the effect right there. And we want 00069,115. The 115 is going to give us a little bit of a bump. So we go 000, second page, 069. Okay, we've raised the high end, and now we're going to bring this up to 115, which will make it a little bit louder. You can go higher if you want. You can tell it's getting just a little bit louder. Now we're going to save our work. We're going to go exit, back out, store, enter. Back in. Now we want to add our next effect, pitch shift. So we're going to add it to the left. All right, it's got to be an SFX, doesn't it? So we'll click on that. We click on this, tremolo. Let's look for pitch shift. There it was, pitch shift. Okay, so we're going to go -3. Okay, let's go. Here's our numbers. Let's go into the pitch shift. Now you can see the shift is at 7, and that would be even higher. But because it's Vader, here would be no shift, would be 0. But we want it a little deeper voice, so we're going to go to -3. No, there's a little deeper. Then 10 means we want 100% of the tone, and the balance is 100%. So we don't have any of my voice sneaking through there.
It's just the shifted voice coming out of the Phillips. So now we click there, and our last number was -1. You can fine tune it up to a half step or whatever. This says -1. Just play around with this. This is a little higher. This is a little lower. I have mine set at -1. And the level is 148. So we really boost it here. So it's going to get a little bit louder. You can go to 150. It's not a big deal. It's just whatever it is. So you can tell it's much louder now. And my voice has been shifted. We can go back to the first page here. And play with this. If you have a naturally deeper voice, maybe it'll be a -2. But usually Vader's right in the -2 to -3 range. Rarely is it -4. It's too low, and this is way too low.
Very rarely is it this, but if you really didn't want to shift it, you could just have it for the boost in there.
And we're going to leave it at -3. Okay, we're going to go out, we're going to go out, we're going to store it, enter. We're going to go back in. Now we're going to add the Hall effect. Give it a little bit of reverb, it's not very much. So we're going to add to the left. Delay reverb, this should be right here. We're going to poke this right there. All right, delay. We're looking for Hall. Here's Hall. As you can see, it has a lot of reverb. If I didn't want any reverb on there, I can turn that light out by going like that, and there gets rid of the reverb. That adds it back in. We're going to go into the Hall. Now our settings are 3, 10, 14, 48, 100 off. So 3, hand over. It's going to be a lot less Hall. 3, 10. And the mix is 14, so it's not much mix. It's just enough to add a little bit of reverb. And 3, 10, 14, 48, 100 off. So 3D, 48, 100 off. Okay. If you want to boost it at this point, you just bring up the level like that. It doesn't really matter where you bring the level up, but the compressor does matter. So this is just volume. So exit. Let's store it, store, enter, go back in. What do we have left? All we have left is ZNR, which is our noise reduction, our noise gate. So we're going to add the ZNR to the left. And I don't know where it is. So we will just add it and scroll around. There it was. ZNR. Now I have it set at 18 in, and then a little boost at the end, 125. So 18, that's the threshold.
If you put it too high, you get a lot of clipping when it's too high. It's you have to really push it.
If you put it too low, then it'll pick up breathing and your fan noise and stuff like that. But 18, if you're actually going to perform Vader, 18's a pretty good one. Just don't try to attack it. 18 and 125. So you can boost this to wherever. Here's 125. You can go to 150 if you want. It just gets a little louder. I have mine set at 125. It all depends on what you want to do. Exit, store, enter. And there you have it. You have all of this in here now. And now you have a working Vader pitch shift. You don't know the power of the dark side. Thanks for watching.